A very good morning to all. Welcome to class 11th Business Studies, Forms of Business Organizations. In the chapter number 1, we discussed about the nature and purpose of business, which means if you are going to open a business, then you should know the meaning of business first, that what is business all about, and how business is different from a profession or from an employment, right? So we have covered all those topics in the previous class, in the previous chapter. This chapter is about, this chapter is about that what are the forms of business organizations? What are the forms of business organizations? Forms of business organizations means how can you open a business? What are the various forms available to you which may help you in opening of a business? So let us see what are the forms of business organization. The three forms are there in front of your screen. Sole proprietorship. Can you see the picture of sole proprietorship? Where there is only one single person who is going to have his own business. No one else is there who would be owning the business or who would be joining the business with the concerned owner. Maybe there may be some of the workers available who are working under that sole proprietor, but there won't be any other co-owner, right, or the partner in his business. अब मेरे घर के पास ही एक स्टेशनरी की शॉप है, JMD Stationery, and there is one person who holds that stationery shop and who owns the stationery shop, and he is the one only who is managing the complete shop as well. There is a person जो उसने आगे एक रखा हुआ है who takes care of some little things, but mainly the owner is the one only who is having the complete ownership and management and working in that shop, which means that person who is the owner of JMD Stationery, he will be known as a sole proprietor. Proprietor is the other name of owner. Sole means single. So sole proprietorship means single ownership. Sole proprietorship means single ownership. All right. The second picture you can see is partnership. Partnership means there will be more than one person who are concerned. There will be more than one person who are concerned in working as a partner. See, there are two partners, maybe there can be two or even there can be more than two, who are actually working in a business as a partnership, and whatever decisions they will be taking the decisions jointly, which means there won't be any one person only who is holding the complete business. They will be taking all the decisions jointly. They will be managing all the business jointly. Then look at the third picture. Wow, what a beautiful family picture. Yes, because they are the family and they are doing the family business only. That is joint Hindu family business, which means the third form of business organization, which is joint Hindu family business. That means that you have your ancestral property, Purkho ki property, Purkho ka business, ancestral's business, and you are also the part of that business only. You are also the part of that business only. That is the joint Hindu family business. But why the Hindu word is being there? Because this business is mainly registered under the Hindus Act, and it is made mainly for the Hindus only. That is why it is known as joint Hindu family business. See the next one, cooperative societies. The fourth form of business organization can be cooperative societies. Cooperative societies means when some persons jointly make a cooperative society. Cooperative society means the main aim of cooperative society will be that they will be working for each other. they will be taking care of each other, they will be taking care of their business all together. That is cooperative society. For example, there are many examples of housing cooperative societies. You all must have seen Tarak Mehta ka Ulta Chashma. Gokul Dham Housing Cooperative Society. That is also the cooperative society. But that is in housing, which means सब लोगों ने पैसा डाला बीच में and they have made one cooperative society, and whatever act the people are now doing, they are doing their act for the benefits of their society only. Very good example, Amul. That is also the cooperative society. 1976 में बना था Amul गुजरात में. Mainly उसका क्या aim था? To get the raw material, that is milk, from various states, from various cities, from various areas, and just convert it into a refined milk and just provide it all over India. That is also a cooperative society. Then next you can see is joint stock companies. Joint stock companies means where the companies are there. Joint stock क्यों कहलाती हैं ये? Joint stock इसलिए because there many persons purchases the stock. Stock means share. Many persons purchases the shares of this company. Now let us study one by one about sole proprietorship. I think overview तो आप लोगों को मिल गया है sole proprietorship का, that it is the individual proprietorship, individual ownership, where from the capital to take the risk or to have the profit and losses, all things will be borne by only one single person, who is the owner, who is the manager, who is the controller of the business. Because other than that owner, there is no person who is controlling, managing, or owning the business. So that is known as sole proprietorship. Now, what are the features of sole proprietorship? It is very easy to form. It is very easy to form, and it is very easy to close also the sole proprietorship. For example, there are no formalities available, or there is no separate law for this, and anyone can just open the sole proprietorship who wants to open or to have his own business, and no formalities are there, or very less legal formalities are there. So ultimately it is very easy to form and easy to close. Easy to close too, because he has to close the business if he wants that he is not getting the profits, he is getting the losses, so he may close the business also by his own wish. Unlimited liability. Unlimited liability. Liability means आप लोगों को पता है यहाँ पे unlimited liability बहुत important point है, which means if suppose he is taking, the sole proprietor is taking the loan from any bank, so his personal assets can also be fetched. Unlimited liability का मतलब है कि अगर sole proprietor का business लोन लेता है तो लोन रीपे करने के लिए उसकी पर्सनल एसेट्स को भी फेच किया जा सकता है. पर्सनल एसेट्स को भी मतलब बेचा जा सकता है, और उसकी पर्सनल एसेट्स को बेचने के बाद जो पैसा मिलेगा उससे हम लोग इजीली लोन रीपे वो कर सकता है. तो मतलब एक उसके ऊपर डेट का बर्डन बहुत ज्यादा हो गया एक तरह से, पर्सनल एसेट्स तक उसका डेट का बर्डन हो गया. सो इवन द पर्सनल प्रॉपर्टीज आर हेल्ड लायबल टू मीट द लायबिलिटीज ऑफ द फर्म. Sole risk bearer and profit recipient. अब देखो, he is the sole risk bearer and profit recipient also, which means he is the one and one only who is taking all the decisions, who is managing and controlling the business. So he is the sole risk bearer also. Means he will be just solely bearing all the risk, and he will be the sole profit recipient also, which means whatever profit will be generated by the sole proprietor business, he will be having all profit. Who will be having control? Of course, the single person will be having the full control over the business. No separate entity for the business or for the businessman, which means here the owner and the ownership both are same, which means owner and business both are same. There is no difference between the owner and the business. Then lack of continuity, because there is only one person in the partnership sole proprietorship business. If anything happens to that concerned person, अगर उस person को कुछ भी होता है तो वो बिजनेस वहीं खत्म हो जाएगा. लैक ऑफ कंटिन्यूटी. देखो, पार्टनरशिप में देयर इज अ चांस फॉर द कंटिन्यूटी. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ देयर आर 3 पर्संस एंड one partner got died, so in that case there is a chance that the rest 2 partners will be continuing the partnership, right? But when it comes to the sole proprietorship, there is lack of continuity, because if there is only one person who is having the complete ownership of the sole proprietor business, and if he dies or he becomes insolvent or he becomes lunatic, pagal ho jata hai, kuch ho jata hai, then his business will get stopped. उसका business वहीं stop हो जाएगा, because he was the one and one only who was taking care of all business. So definitely there is a lack of continuity in the business of sole proprietorship if anything happens to concerned individual. All right. Then what are the merits of sole proprietorship? Let's see the merits. Aaron, you have any doubt? Kindly write. So what are the merits of sole proprietorship? Dekho. Quick decision making. The biggest merit. You don't have to ask anybody, right? I will just take your doubt, Aaron, just after my explanation. So, quick decision making. Quick decision making means there is no need to consult with others because there is only one person who's taking that business, right? There is only one person who is taking that business. So, in that case, there is no, uh, I would say, there is no dilution of time or just wastage of time in confirming it with others. So, there is very quick decision making that an individual can take because he is the only one person who is taking all care of the business. So he is the one and all. So definitely he will be taking his decision very quickly. He don't have to consult with the others. Then confidentiality of information. Confidentiality here means secrecy, which means you can maintain the secrecy also. The biggest merit. If you don't want that your suppose important points should get leaked out with others to others business, so in that case definitely the secrecy can be maintained because you will not be sharing any information with any other person. Then direct incentive. Incentive here means whatever is the return is the direct return. If there is profit, you will be getting the all profit to the proprietor, which means he'll be the one who will be just solely recipient of the whole all profit, and he will be enjoying all profit. Same way, if it is the situation of loss, then also the loss would be just taken by the person directly. So ultimately we can say there will be the direct incentive. Direct incentive means there would not be any problem. He would be just getting the income directly. Sense of accomplishment. Sense of accomplishment means sense of suppose self reliance or self accomplished. एक sole proprietorship business stand करने के बाद हमें लगता है कि yes, I have done something on my behalf only. I have done something by myself only. So there is a personal satisfaction by working for himself, right? That I'm the one only who is just holding the complete business. Means I have the capability or I have the capacity to hold the business. That is known as sense of accomplishment, which is basically created in sole proprietorship because आप अकेले बिजनेस कर रहे हो. आपका बिजनेस फ्लरिश करेगा तो आपके कदम जमीन पे नहीं रहेंगे कि वाह मेरी वजह से मैं ओनर हूँ, मैं बॉस हूँ, तो देखो कितना अच्छा बिजनेस चल रहा है. So you get the sense of accomplishment or the personal satisfaction also with the sole proprietorship. And I have already told you the merit, one of the merit, that ease of formation and closure in the features, that it is very easy to form and easy to close the business, and there is no legal formalities or very less legal formalities are there. Even there is no separate act for sole proprietorship. Like we will be studying, there are separate acts in the other forms of business. Like in the partnership business there is a partnership act 1932. In the cooperative societies also there is the act. In the Hindu undivided family Hindu succession act is there. Then joint stock company act is there. But here in the sole proprietorship there is no such act involved, which means there are very we will say that minimum legal formalities are there, and due to the minimum legal formalities only the person definitely enjoys. Due to the minimum legal formalities only the person actually enjoys sole proprietorship, right? Now let us see the limitations of sole proprietorship. Now let us see कि क्या limitations are sole proprietorship की. I think now I'm audible to all. I don't know how I got muted. Okay, so uh, what was the last point that you people were getting? I have explained, and you got it. Okay, let me explain from the limitations once again. So, limitations of sole proprietorship. In the limitations, I would just say that limited resources. Limited resources means that because the person, the sole proprietor, has always the limited resources. Limited resource means less resources, less capital, because he is the one and only person who is holding the complete business. In such a case, his business remains small. यानी कि ज्यादातर मैक्सिमम इट इज ऑब्जर्व कि जो बंदे ने सोल प्रोप्राइटरशिप बिजनेस ओपन किया है मैक्सिमम ईयर्स तक के लिए वो सेम ही चलता रहता है स्मॉल लेवल पे, बिकॉज वो अकेला काम कर रहा होता है एंड डेफिनेटली हिज कैपिटल इज वेरी लिमिटेड इन दैट. So as the resources are limited, so he just work on a small scale level only. Limited life. You know, the business's life is actually limited. It is limited to the concerned person's life. For example, if a person is not there, if a person died who started the sole proprietorship, then the business has a 99% chances are there that the business will get closed. And Aaron, you were talking about will. But Aaron, that is the will. Maybe the will can be done for the property and all, but that would be handed over to the concerned person, to the legal hire. But here we are talking about that it would have a limited life in the sense that because it has no separate legal entity. You know, business की अगर एक separate legal entity होती है तो business will just move on, will just go on, irrespective of whether the owner is there or not, right? But when we say that owner is not there now and the business is just concerned with the owner here, in that case if owner is not there the business will also get ended. All right, next is unlimited liability. In case the business is not able to pay its debts, जिससे जिससे उधार लिया, borrow किया, in case if the business is not able to pay the debts, what will happen? His personal assets can also be fetched by the bank and ultimately can just repay with that liability. Unlimited liability. यहाँ पर अगर बिजनेस ने लोन लिया है और अगर बिजनेस जो है अपने डेट्स को पे नहीं कर पा रहा, उस केस में क्या होगा? उसकी पर्सनल एसेट्स भी फेच हो सकती हैं प्रोप्राइटर की, और उस पर्सनल एसेट्स को सेल करके उसका लोन रीपे किया जा सकता है. देन लिमिटेड मैनेजरियल एबिलिटी. The proprietor may not be efficient in all the managerial functions, and definitely there can be the limited managerial ability, because a person, I don't think that he would be familiar with all things and he would be efficient in all the functions of the business. कहीं कहीं पे हो सकता है कि he is not that efficient, so in that case definitely he is having the limited managerial liability, and maybe his decisions are not appropriate and he may get into the losses also. I hope this first is clear to all. Please tell me first is clear now. Okay, so now we have the second, joint Hindu family business. Joint Hindu family business, first of all, joint, you all know, means a joint family we are talking about. So it's a joint family's business. So business owned by the members of a joint Hindu family. When a business is owned by the all members of joint Hindu family, that is known as joint Hindu family business. And you know, it is the most oldest system of business that can be seen only in India, because India mein hi there is a culture of joint families. So the business, this type of business can only be seen in the India only, and that too is the oldest family business. What happens here? There is a one who is the head of the family. Just have a look at this old man. He is the head of the family. Then he is just running the family as a head, and he would be known as a karta. He would be known as a karta. Then there is the second generation, his son, who is also leading the business, who is also one of the co-partner in the business and taking care of the business along with his father, that is karta. Then there is the third generation, who is the child of the father, which means who is the child of the father and grandchildren of the grandfather. So almost it is observed that three generations together work in joint Hindu family business. There might be more than three generations also. Maybe there are four generations who are working together, but it is observed that mostly four generation होने के साथ साथ जो oldest man होता करता, he becomes totally unable to work in the business. That's why it is observed that 3 generations almost all together work in joint Hindu family business, right? So the basis of membership, who will be getting the membership in the joint Hindu family business? The one who gets birth in the family, the one who gets birth in a particular family, and 3 successive generations can be the members in the business. The business is controlled by the head of the family, as I told you, who is the eldest member and is called as Karta. All members, males and females, have equal ownership right over the property of an ancestor, and they are known as co-partners. आपको ध्यान रखना है, like in partnership business, those who are having the complete partnership business, they are known as partners. But in joint into family business, all those who are working in the business are known as co-partners. Now, what are the features? First of all, it is formed with registration under one act legally, under Hindu Succession Act 1956. You have to learn the name of the act, it's very important. So minimum 2 members from the family and their ancestral property. Ancestral मतलब पुरखों की जमीन, उसको use करके they are basically doing the joint in the family business, and it is governed by Hindu Succession Act 1956. क्या होता है ये एक्ट? एक्ट मीन्स एक लॉ बनाया हुआ है that if you want to start with joint Hindu family business, then definitely in that case you have to register your family business with the Hindu Succession Act 1956. क्या फायदा होगा इस एक्ट में रजिस्टर कराने से? इस एक्ट में रजिस्टर कराने से बेटे फायदा ये होगा कि in case of any problem, in case of any problem or any complexities in business, you can go to the court and court will definitely solve your queries according to this act. इस act में लिखा हुआ है कौन सी problem में क्या solution देना है. Liability, आपको नहीं लगता जो पर्सन हेड है करता, उसका डिसीजन सब पे बाइंडिंग होगा? मींस वॉट एवर डिसीजन करता विल बी टेकिंग, दैट विल बी बाइंडिंग ऑन एवरीबॉडी. इन दैट केस अगर कल को कर्ता ने कुछ गलत डिसीजन लिया है, सपोज, आप ध्यान से सुनना बेटा, यू विल बी गिविंग मी आंसर फॉर दिस. इवन व्हेन आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट कर्ता, who is the head of the family and taking the decisions, all decisions, and if karta is in a position to take the wrong decision, and due to the wrong decision of karta, the liability is occurring on all co-partners also. तो किसकी पर्सनल प्रॉपर्टी बेचनी चाहिए और उस लॉस को बियर करना चाहिए? को-पार्टनर्स की या कर्ता की? Because who has taken the wrong decision? Of course karta. Then tell me, the liability of karta will be limited or unlimited? Of course, the liability of karta will be unlimited. That means the karta's liability is unlimited, whereas the co-partner's liability will be limited. जबकि co-partners की liability limited रहेगी. So except karta, all co-partners have limited liability. Now then control. Who controls? As I told you, karta is the only leader. So management is vested in the hands of karta. He is the eldest member. He is the karta. So whatever decision karta is taking, all the decisions will be binding on everybody. Continuity. The death of the member of karta doesn't affect the business. अगर किसी member की death हो जाती है business family की, या कर्ता की death हो जाती है, तो business की continuity खत्म नहीं होती unless until सबकी एक साथ ही हो जाए, है ना? अगर एक आधे की हो जाती तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. द नेक्स्ट एल्डेस्ट मेंबर बिकम दी करता, और अगर कोई एक मेंबर की डेथ हो भी गई है तो बाकी का बिजनेस कंटिन्यूज. माइनर मेंबर्स, दे आल्सो गेट द मेंबरशिप बाय बर्थ. मींस वंस दे गेट द बर्थ इन द फैमिली, दे आल्सो बिकम द मेंबर्स. बोथ मेल एंड फीमेल मेंबर्स इन द फैमिली हैव इक्वल राइट इन द बिजनेस बेस्ड ऑन द हिंदू सक्सेशन एक्ट 2005. मैंने आपको बताया that earlier there was Hindu Succession Act 1956. You know, इस टाइम पे क्या होता था जब 1956 में था ये एक्ट, तो only male members were the co-partner in the family business. Female members को एंट्री नहीं मिलती थी बिजनेस में. लेकिन इसमें अमेंडमेंट हुई, चेंजेस हुए in 2005, and after that both male and female members in the family have equal right in the business based on the joint Hindu family. Now marriage, effective control. there is no much conflicts because Karta is the head of the family. Whatever decision he takes, everybody has to just follow all those decisions only. Continued existence. Even after the death of Karta, the business is not affected because the next eldest member will definitely take up the position and he will automatically become the Karta of the family business. Limited liability. The liability of Karta is no doubt unlimited, but the liability of other members except Karta is limited only. Increased loyalty and cooperation because it's a family business, right? And if business will flourish, it is treated as a pride to the family. So definitely in that case, it increases the loyalty and cooperation by the all the co-partners because it is all the family business only. Now, what are the limitations? Limited resources because ancestral property से ही होता है. तो ancestral property कम है तो कम resource है, ज़्यादा है तो ज़्यादा है. अनलिमिटेड लाइबिलिटी ऑफ कर्ता. कर्ता की लाइबिलिटी अनलिमिटेड है जिससे अगर उसने डेट्स लिए हुए हैं, अगर लोन लिया हुआ है और लोन रीपे नहीं कर पा रहे, अगर बिजनेस ने लोन लिया हुआ है एंड बिजनेस इज अनेबल टू रीपे द लोन, देन द पर्सनल एसेट्स ऑफ द कर्ता कैन बी फेच्ड टू रीपे द लोन. सो इट्स अ demerit for the कर्ता. Dominance of कर्ता because karta is the head of the family and whatever decision karta is taking that must be acceptable by all. Ultimately hota kya isse, many co-partners are not like they are not in favor of karta's decision, then it may break down the family as well. Limited managerial skill here also. The karta may not be an expert in all the areas of management, so if he is taking the decisions and his decisions are basically liable on all, so definitely there is a position that he is not having good managerial skills. So that was about the second form of business, that is Hindu undivided family business.